Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the GolfMonger Show. I'm your host, Brian Steff, and I am the GolfMonger. Follow me on Twitter at GolfMonger, and here at thegolfdirector.com. You can follow us at the Golf Director. It is St. Jude FedEx St. Jude Classic this week. I said it backwards. In Memphis, which I have actually been to that event at TPC Southwind's a great track. U.S. Open next week at Oakmont. And there are two guys on the PGA Tour that are listed on the Forbes top 10 richest athletes. And before I reveal it, I'm going to see if the boss man behind the glass can take a guess at who the two are. And a little spoiler alert: it is not TW. So get your head out of there. We got a journeyman, kind of, so to speak, I guess you could call him. Gets his first win, gets off the schneid last week at Memorial. And I want to get your take. Anybody's want to tweet in at GolfMonger or the boss here on. I read some comments on that a good friend of ours, I won't name his name just yet, said that made a comment about somebody like that won this weekend wouldn't have happened when Tiger was playing, and I sternly disagree, strongly. Stringently, whatever the word is, I disagree. In fact, I want to jump into that right away. Hey, boss, how you doing today?
Good. How about you, man?
Good. All right, let me ask you this. Will McGirt gets his win at the Memorial.
Yeah.
120-some, 30, a bunch of starts in his career without winning.
His biggest paycheck by far.
Oh, absolutely. Without question. You know, guy's been humping it around for several years on the tour. Sweating it, making, getting in, keeping his card, fighting to keep his card. Now he's got a W, couple of years exemption, can take a breath, change his life. A very good friend of ours. And, now that we're talking about it, I'll call him out. Our good buddy Bob Sagani down at True Blue put a comment on Facebook about.
Call him a scrub.
Yeah. Said, scrubs like this wouldn't win a tournament like Memorial when Tiger was playing. He's 100% wrong. Because Tiger didn't win every time he teed it up. There was guys that won big tournaments when he was in the field,
right?
That were getting their first win or their first win in a while. It happened. And on top of that, as we've said, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times on this show, the level of competition is way higher now than it was when Tiger was dominating.
Across the board.
Across the board.
I agree.
Not to diminish what Tiger did. It's just the level of play is just so much higher. The gap between the number one player in the world and the number 100 player in the world is way closer than it was when Tiger was dominating and was number one. And not because Tiger was that much better. It's just everybody else has gotten a lot better. And it is directly attributed to Tiger.
Yeah, who helped him.
So, just like every generation affects the one behind it. Tiger said he looked up to Jack.
Yeah.
Okay. Spieth and Rory and Ricky and Justin Thomas. I mean, you go through all these young guys in their 20s now on the tour, and who did you look up to?
Tiger.
They're all going to say Tiger.
Yeah, Rory said he had a poster of him in his bedroom.
They're all going to say that.
Yeah.
So it's every generation has an effect on the generation behind. So we love Bob, but he's 100% wrong. And if he was sitting here, or if he's listening and he wants to call in or tweet me or text me, argue with me, but he's wrong. Tiger didn't win every big event that he was in, and there were guys that weren't top players in the world that won events he played in. So to make a comment that a scrub like McGirt would never have won an event if Tiger was in the field is just idiotic to say.
Now you realize when I post this on Facebook,
yes,
I'm going to tag Sagani.
Tag it, please do.
I'm going to tag Sagani in this and tell him that you're calling him out on this program, right?
I am. I might, call him now.
Yeah.
Tell him I'm calling him out. But I just 100% disagree. It's just because McGirt's not a scrub. He's a a very good player that just hadn't quite got the breaks to get a win.
Yep.
And part of the reason for the comment is the caliber of the field at the Memorial. As much as Bob's got McGirt a scrub, he's also calling out the fact that Rory and Jason Day and Dustin Johnson and guys like that are top 10 guys in the world couldn't beat him. They were close. Rory finished third, I think. Couldn't get over the hump and get the win. It's just because the level of play is better now. It's better. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago when Jordan Spieth won. So you're going to say Jordan Spieth, who's got more wins by this age in his career than Tiger did at this age in his career, when he's in the field and loses, it's a knock on him. But he's already won more times by his age of 22 than Tiger did. So again, I love Bob, but he's wrong. He's wrong. And it's great to see a guy like McGirt get a win. It really is. Guy's been out there humping it for years and finally breaks through and gets one. I like it. So, yeah, please do it. You probably should put the title when you put this out there that Stefan calls out Sagani.
I'm going to do that right now.
You probably should. What the heck?
I'm going to start typing the title.
Start typing it. Because I can't wait to hear what Bob has to say. That being said, the U.S. Open being next week at Oakmont, outside of Pittsburgh. One of the tougher venues that you're going to find for any event, but definitely major championship. Those guys have been waiting quite a while to get it back there. And I'm pretty sure that, we've said this before, anybody that was complaining about Chambers Bay last year is going to be begging for Chambers Bay once Oakmont gets a hold of them.
What's the score going to be to win? What's the winning score going to be?
Ooh, I tell you what. It might be 2 under.
You know what the guy said on this morning show? The HR3 who's played Oakmont and talked about how it's set up for this tournament.
He probably said plus 4 or 5.
Par or over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm being optimistic because every time I think a course is too tough, there's 2 or 3 guys that, again, reverting back to what we opened the show with, the talent level is so high, will find a way to put up decent scores for 4 days. So I'm going to say, I'll be optimistic and say -2. I don't have a person yet, although my preseason thought was Jason Day. And I think he still would be a favorite under those kind of conditions, the way he's been playing the last 10 months, without question. So, but we've got another tournament this week. St. Jude at TPC Southwind, which, by the way, is a great warm-up for the U.S. Open. They've really found a home sitting in that spot the week before the Open because it is one of the tougher par 70 tracks on the schedule. And Southwind is great. If you've never been there, ever get out to Memphis in June and check it out. I fortunately, when I lived out there, I went a couple of times. And it's a great course, but it is definitely a premium on approach shots. I read somewhere where one of the writers of PGA Tour .com called it a second shot course. The greens aren't very big; they average about 5,400 square feet. If you're the type of player that likes to play the week before, it's definitely a good warm up for the Open, no matter what kind of course the Open's being played on.
I just turned the gain down so you couldn't hear the FedEx
the
truck.
FedEx guy outside. Yeah, I thought maybe I lost something here in my mic, but the Southwood is a great test, a great warm up if you're the kind of person that likes to play the week before a major, which a lot of guys do. They want to keep playing. Right now, they're out on the course. Obviously out there. Soon you'll know. Shot 65 today, 5 under. Dustin Johnson, 66. So that's 2 weeks in a row he's come out of the gate. Good. I wonder if he can hang on. It's a wide open field. Last week's John Kern, who lost the playoff to Will McGirt last week, he shot even today, 70, which is a good bounce back. If you're a guy that Kern's never been in that situation before and lost out on a playoff to turn around and come back and come out and shoot even on a tough track on Thursday is pretty good in my book. Mickelson shot even today. Our good friend Jay Smith down at Presswood Country Club, his old college buddy, Tom Gillis, shot even today. Always got to show Jay's buddy some love whenever he's in an event. So, I mean, this is one of those events they got to take advantage of the nice weather and conditions because the course will get tougher during the week. It's hot. It is hot in Memphis this time of year. Trust me. I lived there for 2 years. You get past Memorial Day. Mid-May is the last time the wind blows until October. It doesn't blow again ever for 4 months out there. I lived on I had a second floor apartment. I'd walk out at 8 o'clock in the morning to go to work. By the time I walked down the steps and got to my car, I had to change my shirt. It's so hot and humid out there without a breath of wind. So and that's a real battle for players to play in that kind of heat and humidity. Speaking of heat and humidity, I want to get your thought on this because we talk about this kind of stuff all the time, Jeff. I'm going to totally change gears here on the fly. Joe Carbonell, one of the directors of the local Myrtle Beach Junior Golf Foundation, he and I were talking on Tuesday. They had an event, a little par 3 event at one of my courses Tuesday night, the first kickoff of their summer series. And we were talking about there are 16 players on the European Tour who in this week's event were planning on wearing shorts. And they're at the Lioness Open. They were planning on wearing shorts in defiance of the have to wear pants rule that both the PGA Tour and RNA have. We talk a lot about progressive stuff here on the show. We talk a lot about moving the game forward and forward thinking and doing things to attract new fans and players. Before I tell you what the RNA said, what do you think about that?
Okay, here's what I think about it. I think more power to them. They should wear shorts. I don't know what the RNA said. I'm not going to even guess what they said. I'll wait for you to tell me. But something I've realized with these discussions about relaxed attire and things like that, and it all has to do with your upbringing, I think, because again, I mentioned HR3 this morning. His upbringing, as you know what it was, in the shadows of his father, playing on the PGA Tour and everything, is very much opposed to any type of relaxed apparel rule. Pulled out a picture of a guy at the Possum Trot driving range in cut-off blue jean shorts and a tank top this morning, talking about how disgusting that is. Okay, I fully respect and understand his position there. Having not been brought up in that and exposed to the game in a totally different way, I'm all about relaxed rules across the board. Maybe not so much wearing cutoffs and tank tops in a country club environment, but if it helps the game, let's do it. So now tell me what happened.
The RNA said if they show up on the first tee in shorts, they were DQ'd.
There you go.
Not that I expected anything different.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't even let them hit the first shot. If they show up on the tee box to announce that they're there to start their round, they're DQ'd on the spot.
Yeah, before they swing the club.
Yeah, before they hit a shot, they're out for break of dress code policy.
So you're not allowed on the course if you're a professional
No.
in the improper attire.
Yeah, so they're not even going to wait till after they hit the first shot, then DQ them. They say when they showed up on the tee box, they're out.
Yeah, that's pretty stern.
It is, and no surprise coming from the RNA. The to me, and I was having this conversation with some other folks after Tuesday when I heard about this. There was nothing fun, attractive about watching Will McGirt with his sweaty backside winning the Memorial because it was hot in Ohio last week and muggy.
You saying Will had swamp ass?
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing attractive or makes you want to keep the TV on. I mean, as a golfer, as a golf fan,
saying that,
you're going to watch
that you'd
it.
Been more attracted if Will had been wearing shorts?
Well, he wouldn't have been as hot and sweaty.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen, guys. 10 years from now,
this is not even going to be a discussion.
it's a non-discussion.
Yeah, I know.
Dude.
I know.
I mean, it's we know it's coming. It's going to happen.
Here's the thing, and what gets me is when the PGA Tour hides behind their professionals. They're going to dress professional, and they're going to look professional while they're playing. Bobby Jones wore a shirt and tie. He was professional. Now they wear collared shirts and short sleeves.
Yep.
There was progression.
Yep. The progression's coming. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And further than that, so you're going to tell me, you know how many but the thing I want to point out is hiding behind, you always hear them say, well, they're professionals. It is professional to wear slacks and a golf shirt when you're playing. Okay. How many professions in this world, how many people are professionals in this world that wear shorts? Or blue jeans? Or whatever. Something other than slacks. You're going to say those people aren't professional because they wear shorts in their profession?
Yeah.
I mean, the terminology they choose to hide behind, they're professionals.
Yeah.
So they have to. No. We're the PGA Tour. We're making a rule that says you have to wear pants to play. Don't hide behind this BS that, well, they're professionals, so they should dress like professionals. There are plenty of professions in this world that you wear shorts.
Yep.
Or blue jeans.
Yep.
Or sweatpants. Or
I agree.
whatever else.
Yeah.
So don't hide behind that facade. Just come out and say, listen, we don't think it's right. We make the rule when we say that you got to wear pants. Just come out and say it.
Yep.
They won't do that. They hide behind this BS facade of they're professional. It's absurd. And you're right. I'm not even going to say 10 years from now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say less than 10 years from now.
Yeah, less than 10 years.
It's not. We're going to look back and listen to this show and be like,
well, there's an aging out process that's occurring at a very rapid rate right now. We see it all across the board.
Yeah.
That's going to have a major effect on these kind of things.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, all it's going to take is, there were 16 players that wanted to wear shorts. Mm-hmm. What happens when 86 players show up in shorts?
Yeah,
they can DQ all 86
DQ
of them?
all, no tournament, no sponsor, sponsor. Yeah.
And have 25 guys, what do you get, 120 fields, so what's that leave you, about 60 guys to play?
Yep.
Really? Mm-hmm. How many sponsors are going to be ticked off that are writing the checks that you kicked my guy out because he wore shorts?
Yeah.
How about when you're the clothing manufacturer and you're the one that provided the shorts?
Yeah.
You're going to kick my guy out? He's promoting my product that I write you checks worth millions of dollars every year?
Man. It's coming.
Yeah, you're right. It totally is. But I thought that was very interesting to bring up as we're getting into that time of year. It's summer.
Yep.
Right? This is the time of year where you get to watch PGA Tour golf tournaments. You're like, ugh, really? It's 98 degrees out there. These guys are wearing pants and shorts. And they're all sweaty, and their shirts look like they just got out of the shower wearing it. And it's, granted, technology in the pants and stuff, whatever, it's different than years ago. They're almost like wearing shorts, but still, it's absurd that it's even a conversation that we're having. The ladies wear shorts. They're not professional. That's another thing. I mean, I don't know why I'm going on and on about this, but it really we're talking about growing the game. And what do we complain about? Guys, amateurs trying to imitate professionals, right? What they see on TV. Get irritated with guys that take forever to play, and then you're playing with a guy on Saturday that you watch him and you're like, he thinks he's Jason Day. He's standing behind the ball, closing his eyes. trying to visualize the shot where he's going to hit it 17 feet because he's a 28 handicap. But he's standing behind the ball, closing his eyes, visualizing the shot. And I have to play 5.5 hours with this clown. So if you think it doesn't have an effect on what the guys do on tour, in some ways it does. It's wrong. There should be a totally different, and that, I mean, we can branch this discussion off 100 ways, but you're not, it just doesn't make any sense. This is an avenue actually where it should work the opposite way. Relax it on the tour. We're talking about what they wear to play, for crying out loud. Nobody's going to be like, oh my God, this must be a exhibition event because they're wearing shorts. When you turn the TV on, the coverage says U.S. Open. It doesn't matter what they're wearing. It's the U.S. Open. Am I rambling too much? Or am I making sense?
Okay. Yeah,
or am I making sense?
No, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just rubs me the wrong way that all of a sudden, or not all of a sudden, but they just continue to hide behind, well, we're professionals. It's stupid. It's golf, for crying out loud. It's a game.
It's a game.
It's a game,
Yeah.
right? So you want to take a guess at who is on the Forbes top 10 richest athletes list on the PGA Tour?
The top 10 richest athletes on the PGA Tour.
No. There's 2 PGA Tour players who are on Forbes top 10 richest athletes. Sorry, I think I said that backwards.
Okay.
So there are 2 players currently playing on the PGA Tour that are listed on the Forbes top 10 richest athletes.
Man, I'd have to say Roy for one. And for the second one, I don't even know. Henrik Stenson.
Phil Mickelson.
Was in the back of my mind, but I didn't say it.
Is number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, and Jordan Spieth, number 8.
Already.
Holy
cow. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's world's highest paid athletes list. Phil, combined earnings of $52.9 million. Guess how much of that comes off the course?
Of
Phil's of $52.9 million Phil made. How much of that is off the course?
42 million.
50 million. Jordan Spieth is 50 at number 8. This is how close it is. Came in at $52.8 million. Guess how much of his is off the course?
Well, I got to say it's got to be in the same range.
It's way less. $32 million.
Really?
Spieth wins a lot more.
Yeah. Huh.
Tiger Woods is still ranked 12th at $45.3 million, and $45.2 million is off the course.
Of course.
It's off the course. Rory is actually number 17.
Yeah.
Jason Day, world number 1. Take a guess at what number he is. He's in the top 100, but
33.
69.
69.
Only $23.6 million.
Yeah, the poor guy.
Yeah, only.
Yeah.
So not that this has anything to do with golf, but soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo is number 1, $88 million.
Who's 2?
It doesn't say. It doesn't list the top 10. It just, because it was the golf article, it just said, here, hold on. Let me click on this link. Maybe it'll tell us who the top 10 is. But yeah, how about that? Phil, who's what, 45? In that range, right? Is the 7th highest paid athlete.
Does it say how much of that came from gambling?
All it said is $50 million is off course. I don't know. Does he claim his gambling? By the way, the top 2 players are both soccer stars. Lionel Messi is second at $81.4 million. His salary is $53 million. Ronaldo's salary is $56 million and 32 in endorsements.
Holy cow.
LeBron James is $77.2 million and 23.2 in salary, 54 in endorsements. Roger Federer, tennis star, it's overall $60 million. Kevin Durant, NBA, overall $56 million for Durant. Novak Djokovic, another tennis player, overall $55.8 million. Cam Newton, first NFL player, at number 7, $53.1 million. And then you get to Phil, Jordan Spieth, at number 10, Kobe Bryant. So you can see, obviously, the individual sport people ranked the highest, except for, that's interesting that Cam Newton is a football player.
It's very interesting that there's 2 golfers in the top 10. And I'm surprised by the tennis players. I had no idea.
Tennis players make a ton of money. Soccer players don't surprise me because those guys
They get the
paid,
salary, yeah.
Yeah, those guys get paid truckloads
Yeah.
in salary to play for those club teams because the whole country cares about
Yeah.
that, But yeah, let's tell you what. After you get to Tiger, there's not Rory 17. Those are the only 4 golfers in the.
I'd have thought that
top
would have
20.
been packed with the NBA and the football and Major League Baseball.
You know what's crazy? As you said, Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
There's not a Major League Baseball player
In the top 20.
in the top 20.
Huh.
That's
a journeyman sport.
Well, because it's by the year.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got a guy. There's a guy playing for the Marlins that over 13 years is getting $325 million, which is crazy to play baseball. But yeah, so Phil Mickelson is the highest paid professional golfer.
Yeah. So does that make him part of the Big Four?
No, that makes him 5. No, that makes him look at the Big Four and say, "So what, boys?
So what?
So what, boys?"
Yeah.
Well, actually, Jordan Spieth is only $100,000 behind him.
Yeah.
Which means by the end of this year, Spieth will make more because he's going to win more or finish higher than Phil does a lot. Which means he will he'll be next year he'll be 8th and Phil will be 9th on this list. So I thought that was interesting that 2 golfers made it in the top 10. Because you're right, I would have thought baseball players. I knew the soccer guys were going to be up there.
Yeah.
And I thought it would have been something crazy like a boxer or a race IndyCar, not NASCAR driver, but like Formula One. Because those guys that race internationally, I thought it would have had guys like that. But so I got to ask you this real quick before we get off the air here, boss. Did you remember to do your fantasy team this week?
I did not.
That's 4 weeks in a row.
4 weeks in a row.
So who we rooting for this? Wait, you're rooting for Danny Lee?
Yeah.
And
I think I got Danny Lee.
And I think he's still in the field.
Yeah, I need to take him out or I'm going to run out of place for him.
You are. You're going to want to use him later, and you're already out. I actually have give you my lineup real quick. I started Phil, Brooks Koepka, Ryan Palmer, and Camilo Villegas, and the leader is on my bench, so that helps.
There you go.
Minus 5 today.
What else is new?
That's been my story, my season this year. I've had all the right guys and didn't play them on all the right
bench
days
winners.
all year. Yeah, bench winners. Listen, my bench team.
Yeah.
Listen, all-star. My bench team, I'd have a 300-point lead. But I actually like this is another one of those weeks that it seems like it should line up for Dustin Johnson's won this event before. He needs to get his win to keep the season going, of consecutive season streaks with a win.
Yeah. He's not going to win one this year.
Seems to be you calling it?
Yeah, I'm calling it.
I don't know that I disagree with you.
Yeah.
But he keeps top 20 and top 15, and you would think at some point he might actually play 4 complete rounds and pull it off. But yeah, it won't be. And by the way, I'm not taking him next week at Oakmont.
Yeah.
Just a little tip. Anyway out there thinking about it.
That's big news. Man.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
All right, on that note, we're going to wrap it up. It's been a lot of fun today, boss. We covered a lot again.
Yep.
Cool.
Good stuff.
I like doing
that.
Jumping all over the place. As always, the GolfMonger show here and every show here at the Golf Director Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Digital Network. Be sure to check out our featured golf course pages where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and everything else you need to know about golfing in Myrtle Beach. If you need help with your next golf vacation, give us a call at 844-464-6531. All the programming is archived and listening for viewing on demand here at thegolfdirector.com. Click on the radio or TV tabs in the menu at thegolfdirector.com where you can find us on over 1 billion devices. Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, Periscope, Catch Me, and there's what's the other one that I never remember? And
Blueberry.
Blueberry. Oh, I think I said that one. Anyway, I thought there was one I missed. This is Golf Director, golfdirector.com. Thank you. This has been the GolfMonger Show. I'm your host, Brian Steffen. We've got a lot more coming up here. Great news and information and great more shows coming up next. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everybody.
All clear.